Hi, this is Trent Nelson with Infinite Healing, and somebody asked me about Atlantis. And I've had a few comments on my YouTubes that I thought were pretty funny, where somebody said, "Well, do you think you know everything?" And I absolutely don't think that I know everything, and I'm still in a tremendous process of learning about the body, about how people work and how things function, and so no, I don't think that I know everything. So I'm trying to share. I know I've posted a lot of YouTube, so I can understand where this came from, but I feel like I want to share the information that I've been blessed with or been lucky enough to have the opportunity to learn. And so that's why I share these YouTubes. And so we were having a spiritual discussion or a discussion about different topics, and somebody wanted to know about about Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis. And there's all of these things happening about Atlantis. There's movies that have come out recently. There was a cartoon Disney movie. There are theme parks that are being developed. And so people are wondering, is Atlantis real? And so I'd like to tell you my understanding of Atlantis. And it's interesting because as I film this YouTube, I'm in the Midwest. I'm in the state of Iowa at the moment. And so there's a saying that says that the people who have Atlantean trauma, let's say, I was talking with somebody about past lives. They say, well, is it possible that I lived in Atlantis in a past life? And it's funny, if you believe about past lives and you think that way, which is fun to talk about and could very well be accurate, that a lot of people say that people who have Atlantean trauma or Atlantean past lives grouped together in the Midwest. And so they say, well, why would people with those types of past lives find that location to be the most suitable for their environment? And it's because they're the furthest away from the water in this country is the Midwest. And Atlantis was a water-based, supposedly island civilization. There are a lot of television shows, a lot of Discovery Channel, History Channel shows that are attempting to show that Atlantis was a real civilization. They're trying to find out, well, where is the lost city of Atlantis? And they've been coming up with some evidence for its existence, and they say, well, it must be kind of not possible that they find a piece of it in Greece and off the coast there, and then they find some off the coast of Florida and in different oceans. But Atlantis, and you have to think about the history, long time ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, that the land masses looked differently. So the continents were more conjoined than they are in this day and age, and that the city itself supposedly disappeared. Some people speculate that the people became so enlightened or became so progressed, that the city itself ascended into higher dimensions or into the heavens, you could say. And there's also evidence that there's more evidence that makes it look like the city possibly sank. And some people say that it's the city of Pompeii, or it's similar structures that have been submerged, land masses. So Atlantis, the people of Atlantis, this is what I understand, is that there were two islands. Basically, these people became very advanced. They had advanced technologies, very much like what you see happening on the Earth at this moment. And that there were two groups. And they started out being a single organism, a single group, and that group was a community, and they thrived together, and they lived peacefully for many generations. Then, supposedly what happened is that the people started to develop these different technologies. One group became very technological and was focused on advancing civilization through the mind and developing new technologies, like we have computers, like we have advanced understandings of sonar and radar algorithms and gigahertz and megahertz frequencies, and these advancements in technologies that you see in this group predominantly happening in society at this time. And then you see in Atlantean times there was the other group, which was a heart-centered group. They were a feeling-oriented group. Their focus on advancing civilization was to use compassion and to be more heart-centered as a people. And so what happened is these two groups couldn't live together anymore because they had these such differing opinions about how to advance their civilization. So they split into two islands. And this group developed their compassion through meditation, through developing awareness and advancing consciousness. This group advanced their consciousness through technology, through understanding the stars and coming up with astrological systems and mathematical systems. And that as a group they were very powerful as a civilization, and actually developed many ships and basically conquered the entire planet. And this is why you find, one point of view is that this is why you would find pieces of these civilizations in different areas, because they actually had moved around off of these islands as they were trying to conquer other territories. And so they conquered everything and basically took over the entire world. And the only place that they hadn't taken over was Egypt. And so one story goes that the night that they were supposed to be invading Egypt, that they had their ships and the people were very excited. We were going to conquer the whole world. And the night before this invasion was to happen, there was a tremendous volcanic explosion near the islands. Some say it was the islands themselves that exploded. Some say it was in the oceans. And some say this was a tremendous storm, some say it was a volcano. But the night before they were to conquer the entire civilization, that there was this tremendous eruption. And that from that it destroyed both of the islands. And that's how they became submerged, was because of the flooding and massive waves that were developed that basically bombarded the islands and sunk them. So I feel like I've been asked about this because it's so interesting. It looks like, it's interesting and it's sad. It looks like on the planet at this time, this exact same thing is happening. And there is a huge advancement in technologies and the development of profiling, of facial recognition software, voice recognition software, megahertz, gigahertz, the use of radiations, chemicals, being able to alter people's brain waves. So much technological advance so fast. If you think about how long we've actually had computers, what we're able to do with them is astounding. And that there are basically two groups of people. There are the technology people, and especially in the healing arts, there are also the more compassion-based people. And so it looks similar to that possibly these past lives, or that the reason that there's so much talk about Atlantis is because there are similar things happening on the planet at this time. And so let's just hope that as a civilization, we're able to conjoin our learning and not have the same thing happen. So that's my basic understanding of Atlantis. So thanks for watching this YouTube. I can be reached www.lulu.com/Trent Inspires. Thank you.